Hey everyone, welcome back to the MacWhisperer Academy. In today's episode, we're going to talk all about one of my favorite tools, Apple's Notes. I'm Dylan Stewart. They call me the MacWhisperer. For the last 20 years, I've made it my passion and my profession to simplify Apple technology so that everyone can get more done with less effort when using their Apple products. In today's episode, we're going to talk all about one of my favorite tools, the Apple Notes program. This is a completely underutilized program that is more valuable than you can even imagine. Most people like to put all of their Word documents in Microsoft Word. Everything they write, they put it in Pages, they save it in files, they save it in folders, and then they're constantly scrambling trying to find stuff using search and making themselves crazy. It's even worse if you have a document that you want to take with you. Now you've got to email it to yourself or put it in Dropbox or make it all complicated. And then, worst of all, you go to your phone to open up that Microsoft Word document and it's impossible to read. You got to pinch, you got to spread, you got to like scroll around. It's just not the easiest way to do documents. For me, I almost never use Microsoft Word or Apple's Pages unless I'm creating a document that I'm sharing with other people. But if it's just for me, if it's notes, if it's a poem or something that I'm writing, if it's a story idea, anything that's just general for me, I don't use Microsoft Word. I use Apple's Notes program, and we're going to show you how and why to do it. So let's hop on over to the computer. And the first thing that we have to do is open up the Notes program. You may have never even used it before, but if you look down on your dock, you're going to see something that looks like a legal notepad. And that's the Notes program. In fact, it's the same icon on your phone and your iPad. Maybe you've used it over there and didn't realize they synchronize together, and that's where the real power comes in. So let's go ahead and open it up. Now, when you open yours up, it may not look exactly like this. That's okay. We're going to make a couple of changes first so that we're all on the same page. The first thing to understand is that there are 3 separate panels for notes. Right at the moment, I only see 2 of them. So let's get the third panel up. I'm going to go to my View menu here, and I'm going to click Show Folders. This opens up that third panel on the left. So let's talk about the 3 separate parts of notes. First, on the left, we've got our folder and our account list. We'll talk about that in a moment. Second, in the middle, we've got the notes themselves. These are all the notes in that particular folder or account. Third, on the right side, we've got the actual note panel. So if I click on anything, over to the right, I'll see that document that I'm clicked on. That's the way this organization works. But to make it simple, let's start by talking about the Accounts and Folders panel. What we should have on your notes program is the left side should be your folders and accounts side, and you can see all the folders I've created in iCloud. We're going to talk about that in a moment. In the middle, we've got our notes, and on the right, we've got the specific note we're clicked on. So it's very easy to create additional folders by clicking down there in the bottom left corner to create a folder. Why should you have multiple folders? Well, your notes could cover all sorts of topics. There could be grocery lists in there. There could be letters you want to write to a friend. There could be a list of all the books that someone else has recommended to you that you might want to order on Amazon or read. So it's very convenient to have the separate sections broken down into separate folders. In my case, I have separate folders for the men's work that I do, for the coaching that I do, for my MacWhisperer business, for my writings, etc., as you can see on this left side. You can even have subfolders. As you can see here, there's a little arrow to the left of the MacWhisperer, and if I click that down, you'll see that it's got 3 separate subfolders for specific clients of mine. So that when I go into one specific place, I've got all of those notes and I don't have to search around. Any of you who know me know that I really don't like searching. I like knowing where things are, and this is a great way to do that. But you've also got these 2 folders here. The first one is called All iCloud. And All iCloud is everything that you've got in notes in that iCloud account. Not sorted, not in folders. So if you do need to search around for something, this is where to go because everything's here. The second thing to be aware of is called the Notes folder. And the Notes folder is the catch-all. It's the default location. So if you create a note but don't put it into a folder, it will automatically be in the Notes folder until you move it or file it. I think of the Notes folder as my to be sorted section. Eventually, I want all of these notes to be in one of my folders or one of my other areas. It's very easy to move something from one folder into another. So if, for example, I want to take this note here from the Notes folder I can just drag it right over into my writing, and there we go. So take a little bit of time and create a couple of folders for yourself. Don't go hog wild and make 50 folders. You do not need a folder if there's just going to be one note in it. This is a mistake people make all the time. They'll create a folder called grocery list, and then they'll create a note called grocery list. That's fine to create a grocery list in the grocery list folder, but you really aren't going to have any other notes there. So it doesn't make good sense to have a folder if there's just one note in it. You want to keep things a little bit more concise and cleaned up and organized. So don't create a folder unless you have multiple notes that could go into that. For example, one of my clients travels all over the world, and when she travels, she has lists of restaurants for every place she goes. So she has a folder called restaurants and separate notes for each location. So here's New York restaurants, LA restaurants, Boston restaurants, etc. That's a great use of folders. What's another great use of folders? Well, you might see here under my personal section that I've got all of my recipes listed in notes. This makes it so easy when I go to cook something because I can have my phone or my iPad or my computer and I can pull up the recipe. It looks great. It's easy to see even on a phone. So that's one of the reasons to create a folder, is to collect a lot of notes together into one place. Let's talk a little bit about what notes as a program can do. So I'm just going to go into all iCloud. I'm going to create a new note by clicking the Create a Note button at the top here. It opens it up, and I'm just going to call this my MacWhisperer class on notes. A couple of things that we can do right off the bat. If we start to type a number and go ahead and give it a listing, when you hit return, it will automatically format it with the next number, just like Microsoft Word and other word processing programs do. It's very easy for me to do that. So we can talk about folders, and we can talk about creating notes, etc. But maybe I don't want them as a numbered list. Maybe I'd like them more as a checklist so I can check them off as we talk about them. I can just come here and select everything right here and click right on that checklist button right at the top of the toolbar. Immediately, these become easy to organize checkboxes, and I can click it when I'm done and it moves to the bottom of the list. So checkboxes are a great thing that you can use in notes to keep a list organized. Remember that grocery list we talked about? This enables you to say, yep, got milk, got butter, got bread, and it drops down to the bottom of the list. And the grocery list is real easy for you to use and really easy for you to work with and manipulate around. One of the other things that I love about notes is the ability to share it with other people. You may have a grocery list for you and your significant other, and whoever goes to the market is the one who's going to pick it up from the list. It's very easy to share it, so I can click on the share icon at the top and click on the note, and it asks me how I would like to share it. I can share it with an email invitation, a text message, I can copy the link, I can airdrop it. I can send it to anyone who's got an Apple product via any of these methods, and when they accept it, it's a shared note. Think about how valuable that is. A lot of us use Google Drive to share notes and collaborate, but in order to do that, you have to be on a computer. Google Drive just doesn't work very well on mobile devices. But this works perfectly on a mobile device, and I don't need to go to some website in order to do it. I just open up my notes program on my phone, my iPad, or my computer, and it's right there waiting for me. It's one of my favorite things. One of the other things that I love to do with notes is lock them. A lot of my clients like to keep their passwords on the notes program, and they put all their passwords so nice and organized they can easily find things, but they're very concerned if someone were to steal their phone or their computer that all their passwords could be compromised. It's very easy to lock a note by clicking at the top where you've got the little padlock. You click lock note, it's all ready to go. It's easy. In this case, it wants me to put my finger on the fingerprint sensor. I can also use my password, but I've got the fingerprint sensor. Let's go ahead and use it. And immediately that note is now locked, and if I close the lock on it like this, nobody can get into it without my fingerprint or the password that I pre-select. And on a phone or an iPad, you can use your fingerprint sensor or facial recognition in order to unlock that note, so you don't have to worry about losing the note unless you lose your face or your fingerprint, which hopefully doesn't happen. Okay, some of the other things that you can do, I'm going to go ahead and unlock this note because we really don't need it to be locked. I'm going to go ahead and use my fingerprint sensor. There it is, unlocked. One of the other things that you can do is you can easily create columns. kind of a basic spreadsheet. I don't use this a ton of the time, but it's great to know it's there. It's right here, and you can create a table, and then from this table you can drag things around into position or click on the three dots to the left or the top in order to add rows above or below, and then you can kind of create a little bit of a grid. Maybe it's phone numbers, or maybe you're tracking who's RSVP'd for a particular party, and this is an easy way to create that kind of a table. One of the other things that you can do with notes is you can add photos. You can add them in a couple of different ways. One way to do it is to click on the Photos browser that you see at the top toolbar here and go to Photos. From here, it'll pull right in from your library, and you can take any of the pictures and just drag them right in order to have them on your note. You can also take any photo you've got on your desktop and just drag it right over and drop it right into the note, and it puts it right there. So either way, you can add photos very easily that way. You can also change your formatting by selecting the text and coming up to the text box up here, which will allow you to choose title, heading, subheading, body, or bullet lists, dash lists, or numbers lists. It's very easy to come back and go right back into our numbers list here and make that happen right there. So here we've created a basic note with some number listing and a little table and some photos on it. My favorite thing about notes is how easily it synchronizes and how quick it is to get it from one device to another. So you watched as we created this note here on my computer, but now let's hop over to my phone. So as we get over to the phone here, I'm going to go ahead and go into the Notes app. You can see it right there. It looks pretty much the same as it does on the computer. Here's that note. We didn't have to do anything to synchronize it. We didn't have to jump through any hoops or send it to ourselves via email or text or Dropbox. It's right here. And if I make a change on it here, by coming in, we're just going to go right here and we're going to say iPhone app, and I'm going to click done. Now I can hop back over to my computer, and as you can see, the note got updated. The same will happen if you're collaborating with you and another person. As you work on notes, they will see it. As they work on notes, you will see it. You'll get notifications as things change. And it's that easy to create a simple place for you to put your stuff. Whether it's website listings that you're looking for, or in my case, I've taken all of the Zoom links for all the different work that I do now that we're using Zoom so frequently, and I've listed them all out in notes so that when I've got an appointment, I don't have to go scrambling for my calendar or looking through email for where that Zoom link is. They're all right here. Notes is a great place to quickly drop anything, whether it's a website link, whether it's a photograph, whether it's, as I showed you here, an entire list of recipes. So play around with the Notes app on your phone, your computer, and your iPad and see what amazing things you can do there. I'd love for you to leave some comments down below. Tell me some of your favorite uses for the Notes program and some of the awesome things that you learned from this lesson that you didn't know before. And if you loved this lesson, make sure to like and subscribe this channel because we've got more lessons coming on a regular basis, and I can't wait to bring them to you. I'm Dylan Stewart, I'm the Mac Whisperer, and I'll see you next time.